What is up, boys and girls, finessers and finessettes? It is I, Mexican Burt Reynolds, sliding back at you with a community replay from Xarkun. Folks, go down below in the description box, go to World of Warship Peeps, go down there and immediately, not later, subscribe to his channel. He has lots of good stuff, comments on all of it, very, very informative. I've looked at it myself. Moving on, we are trying to get back on a somewhat regular type of situation slash schedule. We were a little bit ill last week. No, it wasn't herpes, but we did not feel well either way. And it kind of interfered with the uploading schedule in addition to life in general. But you guys know me. I will either upload Monday through Friday every single day, or it'll be 3 months with no uploads. So it's going to be one of those two things, so just make sure to watch out for that. Plus, I'm going to keep you guys updated on the social media, on the posting on the YouTube, as well as Twitter and Facebook. So hopefully we will stay back on track. Moving on, this gentleman in particular here, Xarkun, has some interesting footage of the Nelson. Now, we don't have a whole lot of this going on the channel simply because, you know, I played a few games in it. I wasn't, the rear, it looks to me like too much of a VK4502 Bravo to me, because, you know, I come from World of Tanks, that's where I cut my teeth, and it's just, it looks like it should be up against an island side scraping. I'm just going to leave it there. The World of Tanks guys are laughing. The World of Shooty Boats guys are like, I don't get it. It's fine. Moving on. Putting some rounds down range on this gentleman right here. We're going to sling some high X at him. We are on fire. We have a small deck fire. It's not a big deal. It's just, you know, it's tens of sailors dying every moment. That's it. It's not that big a deal. Putting some rounds on this gentleman here. He has been kind enough to give us a broadside here. We're going to go ahead and see if we can't possibly decorate him gently before he kind of eases off into cover. Now, at the same time, we're kind of backing off here. Xarkun's not 100% about this given situation, and I got to be honest, I'm not either. And that's the thing, you know. Gosh, I keep going back to the folks, the Gneisenau now operators, because they just, you know, they don't quite have the amazing secondaries, but they do have the short range torps, and they just want to get within, you know, that 5-6 click range. And what they do is they just end up getting in there and overextending. Not, you know, this isn't exactly the same situation, but at the same time it makes me think of the same situation, because folks in that given situation tend to go in there and overextend themselves, and that is exactly what we're not doing. So we're just kind of backing off here, maintaining a good angle at all times. We've got some torps here coming to our starboard, not that big a deal. Gosh, it is just so weird to look at this ship the way it's set up, but if it's angled properly, it can really end up being a beast. I mean, look at that health. That is just outstanding stuff right there. And also, folks, as a bonus, we are going to have the commander setup at the end of the video, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Moving on here, going to the top of the board there. 1 down for the friendly, 0 down for the bad guys. Nice little spread there of high X. Going to decorate him kind of gently there. We did not get a fire roll, unfortunately, but you know what, that's fine. We've got a lot more going on for us here. Kicking it into 1/2 gear, starting to kind of advance over here. And as you look, we don't have, you know, tons of support in this given zone. Now, granted, I know a lot of folks are like, well, you know, boy, you can't really, you know, rely on anybody but your own people. Well, you know what? You're not wrong. I used to have a saying in my World of Tanks days. Yellow was the actual color of, you know, your platoons. Given in this case, it's like green for your divisions, but I used to say if they're not yellows, they're reds, meaning, you know, even if they're on your team, they're still out to get you. So I think the same thing holds true here, folks. Took a round there, ended up taking out one of our guns. Xarkun wasn't a fan. I'm not either. He goes ahead, busts that repair kit off there, or his damage control. Let's hope he doesn't necessarily regret it later. I think he'll probably be fine. Giving a good broadside shot here to this gentleman, and we're just kind of, we're not over angling here, and what's going to happen is if he fires, we're going to have plenty enough time to angle up, get things back on track in order to take the round and deflect it, kind of roll the shoulder, if you catch my drift there. Man, and that was just perfect, fortuitous timing there, folks. He just angled up, and if he hadn't have been angled up and fallen back in that given direction, at least one torp would have hit. Secondaries are picking up there, guys. If you're in a short-range secondary battleship and, you know, you're just randomly focusing somebody and your secondaries pick up like that, it is never a good look. Now, that being said, we do have High-X loaded into right now. We're ready to go. Gentleman's throwing fish at us. Oh my god, we walloped him really, really good. Secondaries are still going off, so it's very possible we can shut him down. We did just go ahead and get rid of that other gentleman there. I showed him who cuts the cantaloupe, if you will. 85,000 damage so far. Top of the board there. 4 down for the bad guys, 2 down for the friendlies. We really kind of brought the situation all the way around, if you will. Blur. You know, because we went from not necessarily having the best of this situation to kind of, yeah, we're kind of out here making it happen. We're doing things. So, yeah, that's where we're at. And as you can see here, guys, you know, a lot of folks talk junk about Battleship guys who go, you know, full reverse. But if you're a Battleship guy and you're out here and, you know, it's you know, you're being fired at multiple directions, you know, backing off is the smartest thing to do. Ask any of the big-time Battleship guys. Ask JarHead, Mashman90, or DGen. They'll tell you that backing off is the best thing to do in this situation because it gives you more time. Now, that being said, you can only angle up against so many enemies. So it's kind of, you know, you're in between that choice. Do I need to, you know, cut in between these islands, or do I risk beaching myself? Or you really kind of have to plan, you know, where you're going to be and what you're going to be doing. That's why you see so many guys trying to, like, extend the range of their battleships simply so they can outrange a lot of the cruisers and a lot of the other battleships that, you know, tend not to have massive range. Going to try to throw some HE against the side of this gentleman here. It looks like leading is just perfect right there. It looks like 1.5 bars. Nice dispersion. Gosh, it's almost Iowa-like, and I use the Iowa, you know, the American dispersion as the bar. If it's not Iowa-like, if it's not Sims, we're gonna compare everything to that, and that's just that. Iowa's my first battleship, and I have tons of Iowa footage from different folks, and that is the bar. Unfortunately, that's where we are at. So if you're a Bismarck guy, whatever, I apologize, but that's what I was, you know, that's what I was weaned on. You always go back to what you were raised on, and that's what I was raised on. 105,000 damage, really putting these guys to the sword. But you know what? Defensively, this is kind of like an outstanding game to me, just defensively. This is more or less textbook how to play defensively. You know, you're out here, you're on your own more or less, you know, how to go out here and make it happen. You know, a lot of folks would have went out here and they would have just, oh, there we go, we got another kill. A lot of folks would have went out there and they would have just ended up getting, you know, cooked up in a very poor way early on. But, you know, not Xarkun. He didn't do that. He started going full reverse, and he sort of angled towards his last remaining friendly cap. which is exactly what you want to do in this case. But you know, the friendlies are out there. You know, they're out there. They're just doing their own thing. You know, and that's what it feels like. And I'm not taking shots at anybody, but you know, guys, if it's just you out there and you're fighting 2-3 ships, you know, it feels like it's just you. Even though obviously we see rounds, we see friendly fire coming in. But I mean, you know, if you're going out here solo pubbing it, whatever, it's gonna feel like it's just you, and that's fine. I mean, you know, it happens to all of us. You know, it's not necessarily means anybody's giving up on you, but it just means for the most part that if you go down, there's not really going to be anybody that's going to shed a tear. Finishing broadside on this gentleman, removed him off the map. Excellent shot, 122,000 damage. Really stacking bodies right here. You've got a DD left on the enemy team. Anybody's kill, we want to go ahead and get in there and grab that last kill. He is very much aware of us, and if you would look at that, if you can back up the video right now, Xarkun tightened it up right there. It's almost as if he knew they were coming inbound, because he really shifted the rudder, you know, a good 30 seconds before the torps were even visible. You know, it possibly could have been him just wanting to kind of smarten up and go in that direction, or he just maybe got lucky. Either way, who knows? Maybe he'll tell us down below, because I would most certainly be interested. And there it goes, the last kill. Amazing, amazing game. Guys, this is how to fight defensively. You should watch this for your own edification. This is extremely informative here, folks. You know, we could all stand to learn a little bit more about fighting defensively. We all know how to fight offensively, but defensively is what it is. 124,000 damage, 608,000 credits. Really, really enjoyed this game, folks. Hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And for heaven's sakes, go to Xarkun's channel and check him out. We'll catch you guys next time.